It's sweet, it's addicting, it's tasty. It's all the different colors of the rainbow. For children, it's essentially a drug. And yes, if you're wondering, even for some adults. They come in all different shapes and sizes, and you have a variety of options. But not all candy is great. Here are our top 10 worst candy and why.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I feel like, okay, thank you, Brysin. I appreciate that. He did exactly what I asked him to. That's why.
Well, I don't know if you're wrong yet. We gotta hear what you have to say. I was just being ignorant.
Look this up if I'm wrong. I feel like I read it somewhere. Okay, Brysin. I'm pretty sure the origin of Necco wafers is, Satan himself, I think, vomited up Necco wafers and said that's so disgusting and brought them to the surface.
Alrighty, what up, you guys? I'm Brysin Smith.
And I'm Javin.
And this is Who Cares?
Yes.
So if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. This is the Who Cares podcast channel, and we essentially just talk about controversial topics and things of that nature. But until the end of October, we're going to be doing sort of Halloween-themed videos. And we're going to be doing a video on the top 10 worst candy of all time. I mean, I actually wrote down a list of 20 different, we wrote down a list of 20 different candies, but I guess we're just going to pick 10 out of them and basically talk about each of them and how horrible they are. Disclaimer, I don't even eat much candy.
He doesn't.
I don't even like candy, but the candy that I have had, I don't like. So
he's got a strong view on that one.
Right. Go ahead, Javin.
What I'm going to base my criteria off of is what you shouldn't serve at Halloween versus what I think you should or what I enjoy.
And he's eating a lot of candy, way more than me.
I have. I don't know if you can tell, but.
And I'm just going to pop up the different candies that we mentioned as we go throughout the video.
Yeah.
First one is candy corn. I've had candy corn. I don't like it. It's gross. Like I said, I'm not even a fan of candy to begin with. I don't know. It's just something about syrup, like candy is just not my thing, yo. And it's bad for your teeth. That's another reason why I don't eat candy. I've never had a cavity in my life, and I don't plan on having one. Candy is not going to be the first. It's not going to make me have cavities.
Candy is unhealthy for you. I don't know if you know that, but it is very bad for you on general, not just for your teeth, but also for a bunch of other stuff. But there are some candies that are worse than others. But that's not what I'm going to measure. I'm going to measure it based off of cultural relevance and taste. I love candy corn. I love it so much. It's delicious.
I find it interesting how he makes everything deeper than what it is.
Man,
like, it's just bad candy. You could, like, for me, I could just go down a list of candy and talk about how bad it is. But for Javin, it's some deep philosophical thing.
If you have to consider children as a whole and what they're willing to eat and what they're not. My aunt and uncle, I just talked to them about this. Apparently, I don't know, like people get interested in the weirdest stuff. Like, you know, I mentioned it and they were like into it. No. What were you going to say?
I was going to say I Googled something that's completely off topic. I'm not going to say. It's kind of gross.
Okay. Well, you'll have to tell me after.
I'll tell you after.
And you guys, if you really want to know, comment down below. I hope you better make it worth it, Brysin.
I shouldn't say what I was thinking. About this candy, though.
Okay. And I actually looked up candy corn. It's disgusting. It's pretty bad for you.
Wait, what do you think of it though? Personally,
I love candy corn.
Oh, okay,
candy corn's awesome. I love candy corn, and there's a good reason why it should be served at Halloween. It should be served because it's tradition, and that alone doesn't make it worth it. But it's so controversial for people. It's similar to licorice, which we'll get to. That it holds its own spirit. It has its own Halloween aesthetic. It belongs in Halloween.
Wow.
And without it, I don't think Halloween would ever be the same. You need to have those controversial candies. Otherwise, you'll just have a bunch of... What could you trade for? What could you give the weird kid in the back in exchange for all the good candy?
The weird kid. That's
I was the weird kid. People would give me candy corn and licorice, and I would give them fucking... I don't know. I don't know what kids eat.
Moving on. The second one is Mary Jane's.
Experts. Mary Jane's are disgusting.
Never had it. Wait, which one are the Mary Jane's ones?
I believe they're this like peanut.
Is that chocolate?
Yeah. No, it's like a peanut butter bar that's chewy.
I don't like
gross.
it.
You already don't like it?
Yeah, I mean.
I sense a trend.
Smarties. I've had Smarties. Number 3.
Smarties are good. I know. Okay, so chalky candies never do very well, but they're good. They taste good.
I'm not a fan of them. Like, I don't. Do you guys like Smarties? I don't care for Smarties. It's not my thing. I don't. So I don't eat candy often, but when I do, I'll eat Twix, a Snickers, maybe a peanut butter, or what's it called? Or Butterfinger. I'm sorry, not peanut butter. Butterfinger. I like. Okay, this is on the list. This is later on, but I'm just gonna mention it right now. Butterscotch. I know that people usually don't like butterscotch, but I do. I like butterscotch. Candies. Yeah, I like butterscotch. That's like only like 4 candies I like compared to how many gross If you ever Google the worst candies, just worst candy, the nastiest candies popped up when we searched. There's some earwax candy. Disgusting. I don't even think I put that down on our list. But anyways, if you guys want to look into that, it's pretty gross.
And I guess that's what I mean. I don't think Smarties makes our worst 10. Candy corn,
By the way, I think that was all a statement.
That was
candy's gross.
Candy's gross. That's Brysin.
Most candy's gross.
You're wrong, but I respect.
I know. I am. I mean, I obviously candy's popular. Not everyone's going to agree with me. This is just what I think. A lot of what we do on this show is just stating our thoughts. Mm-hmm. No one has to believe any of this. Or even care, really.
I hope you don't. I hope you don't just believe whatever we say. We're not.
Look
experts.
up what we're saying.
I feel like at the beginning of every episode we should just have
a disclaimer.
Warning. Yeah, we're not experts in any
I think I'm gonna start doing that actually. Yeah.
Who cares? We care, and that's pretty much our whole thing. But what I care about is licorice. I care about licorice. It does not belong in the worst 10.
I didn't put that on here.
You didn't? Well,
I did not.
It deserves to be talked about. I adore licorice because it's tasty. It's Halloweeny. To be fair, I don't believe it belongs anywhere else in the year. I don't think you should eat licorice any other time of the year than Halloween.
Really? That means it's not that great of a candy.
You're wrong.
If you want to only eat it at one day out of the 365
you're gonna drink
days.
Eggnog in June?
Why not?
Brysin?
I mean, I don't drink it, but why would I only drink
it's
something?
Christmas. Like Christmas has eggnog and
wait, how do we go from eggnog to licorice?
What I'm saying is there are some foods that are okay,
eggnog.
like popsicles during summer and chicken noodle soup in winter. I'm saying seasonal foods have a place, and I think licorice is one of those foods that belongs in the month of October.
Sounds like a statement.
Licorice is a Halloween candy. If you eat it any other time of the year, that's a personal choice, and that's a statement you're making. But where it's socially acceptable to eat is Halloween. And
that sounds like a pretty lame statement.
Okay.
I'm just playing.
Wow.
I'm just
calling
joking.
me out on our podcast.
No,
wow.
well, this is what I'm thinking. If I enjoy something, I'll eat it in season and out of season. Unless it's like fruit or something. I mean, like what? The best grapes or whatever grow in season. But like I eat grapes throughout the year all the time.
That's fair. I like grapes.
That's what I'm saying.
Have you ever eaten frozen grapes?
Yes. Have you ever had cotton candy grapes?
No.
So good.
What the fuck?
Cotton candy. Look into it. It's a real thing.
Send us a recipe if you got one. That sounds
I
delicious.
buy them at Sprouts Farmers Market. I used to work there. I don't know where you guys are from if you're watching this, but if you've had cotton candy grapes, let me know how amazing you think they are in the comments. Moving on.
I better not see a bunch of comments saying Bryson's fucking wrong.
Cotton candy grapes are great.
Okay.
For the 6th one, we got we already said butterscotch, so we'll just skip that. Raisins.
What the hell are you doing? Serving raisins to kids on Halloween?
Hey,
what the fuck are you doing?
Some people do that. I've gotten raisins as a child on Halloween.
Why, Brysin?
I don't know. I didn't do it. They did it.
You were abused, and I'm sorry about that.
Me too.
I don't think you deserve to go through that. It's abuse.
I mean, I like raisins. I'm just not going to... Like, I like raisins, but, like, in my oatmeal. Like, I wouldn't just eat that just to be eating it from, like candy. Like
for fucking no, like, oh, my God, that makes me angry.
You feel some type of way about these raisins.
I feel angry about raisins. I hate raisins, but that's not why I'm mad about it. I'm mad that you think that's candy. I'm mad that you think that's actually valuable for a child to put in. Do you understand that there's like...
it's not candy, but some people will sell it as if it was candy.
And that's what there's an economy that you have to consider. There's a sensitive child candy economy where they barter and trade and exchange candies, and it's a delicate system, and you've fucked over their day by giving them this garbage candy that nobody wants, and that's just there, and they have to eat it sometimes because that's right, it's abuse. Giving raisins to your fucking kids is abuse. There's history there, Bryson. There's history. So that's number one. Number one, terrible, not even a candy.
Is this the 7th one? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Candy buns.
Candy buttons. I don't know if you guys know what these are.
I said, disclaimer, I don't eat much candy, never had candy buns, don't plan on having candy buns, don't want nothing to do with candy buns.
No, candy buttons.
Oh, I put candy buns. See, that's how you know I don't even know what these candy buttons. He's the one that eats candy here.
It's a fact. So I guess this is a one-sided list.
So all
that Bryce is just gonna continuously
So I'm just as
throughout.
I'm just as clueless as you guys are about this video in terms of like the information. So
that's true.
Game us up on this candy buttons, Javin.
Okay, there's these I'm sure you guys have had it. Sheets of paper with little chalky button, I guess, little dots of candy that are hard and chalky.
This doesn't sound appetizing.
It's not. It's not the worst. I don't hate them.
Is it one of the worst though?
It's one of the worst.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's why it's on the list.
So we've got raisins and candy, but if you guys I personally like the idea of eating these candy buttons off of a unique. I think it's unique. I think it's a creative idea, but I think the follow through.
But doesn't it come down to taste though? If you're talking about candy,
yes, it does.
So if it doesn't taste good, then it's not gonna work.
Worthless.
It has to look good on some level and taste good.
Yeah, and I think it fails on one of those categories pretty bad. Like it doesn't taste good. I don't like it.
That's not good. Okay, Tootsie Rolls. I've had Tootsie Rolls. They're all right. I mean, literally, they're like in between. They're not bad. They're not good. They're just kind of there. Like
I don't know what else we could say about that.
I feel like that literally is how you would define Tootsie Rolls.
Like as a kid, they're not the first thing I would eat, but I wouldn't. I wasn't revolted by them. I would eat them.
I think this is like the 10th one right here. We wrote down 20, or 19, but I guess we'll just keep going.
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
We'll just talk about how terrible these candies are.
Well, the list I have in my head is we've got Mary Janes that are terrible. We've got raisins and candy buttons. Those are on the list.
Alrighty, and I guess we're about to put Necco wafers on there.
Necco wafers are Satan. Like I'm pretty sure.
I think I've actually had these. These are wafers. Do they have some sort of like cream in the middle of them or something?
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I think I've had these. I don't like them. They're dry. That's why. But what?
But they're chalk.
That was a statement. I don't like them because they're dry.
They're disgusting. And they are there to. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I feel like thank you, Bryson. I appreciate that. He did exactly what I asked him to. That's why.
Well, I don't know if you're wrong yet. We got to hear what you have to say. I was just being ignorant.
Look this up if I'm wrong. I feel like I read it somewhere. Okay, Bryson. I'm pretty sure the origin of Necco wafers is Satan himself, I think, vomited up Necco wafers and said that's so disgusting and brought them to the surface.
That's funny.
Look that up if I'm wrong. Like fact check me on that.
I wasn't expecting that, but that sounds pretty accurate.
Well, when you see them, I immediately knew that intuitively as a kid. I was like, "Oh, this is little Satan
like Satan discs,
dried Satan vomit discs." That's
you're talking about the devil,
the actual devil. Have you seen the flavor selection for Necco wafers? Wintergreen, lemon, lime, licorice.
Wow,
it's the worst. What the? It's terrible. It's terrible. And we're gonna move on. That's up there. That's
Moving
on our list.
We have, correct me if I'm wrong, because when I wrote this down, it took me a while. Swedish Fish?
Swedish Fish. Those are pretty good, guys.
That sounds disgusting. Swedish, kind of like what PewDiePie is, right?
Are you calling him disgusting?
No, I was just saying Swedish. Like,
yeah, Swedish. He's a Swede, I believe.
No, Swedish Fish. Swedish Fish sounds disgusting.
I'll concur with that, but they are very good. They're gummy.
I may never know.
They're sweet. I've always enjoyed them. You can't eat too many of them in one sitting. I can anyway, but that doesn't belong on the list. Those are pretty good. I know they're a little boring, but I like them.
What about the next one we have is Junior Mint?
What the fuck are you doing giving mints out on Halloween? I'm sorry. Okay, this is personal.
Does Satan make these too?
No. Mints are beautiful, and they have their own unique
I don't like mint at all. Mint is so gross to me. Peppermint, mint. I don't even like brushing my teeth because of mint, but I do it twice a day.
Even mint ice cream?
Dude, I especially don't like mint ice cream. That is the worst ice cream to me.
Why?
It's just, why? It's gross. I don't like my taste buds. Me and mint don't go together.
So
gum, I don't chew gum. It's
really?
Gross. No, I don't chew gum.
That's interesting.
Not really. It's just a person that doesn't chew gum.
Right, you're sassing me today so much.
I don't know where this is coming from.
I think it's because you don't eat candy.
Or maybe it's that.
Yeah, you don't eat candy, and you're forced to listen to this.
I know, maybe.
Sermon.
Yeah, maybe it's like the anti-candy of me inside. I don't know.
That's gotta be what it is. Mints have their own niche. Like they belong in certain atmospheres, like in gum. In like they're just like their own. It's almost like a meal, like their own thing. And you giving out mints, it's not a candy. It's like it's a flavorful experience, but it to me isn't the same as like I want large amounts of candy to exchange and collect. Mint doesn't belong there. Mint's like when my breath needs freshening, or when I'm looking for a relaxing, flavorful experience in one set. They're potent, I guess is what I'm saying. They're very like strong.
You're telling me mint is a flavorful experience?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely an experience.
Yeah.
Definitely a flavorful experience. I mean, you could take that right or wrong, whether it be good or bad.
Lemon heads or hot tamales where it's like, I want to see how spicy it can get or how sour it can get. It's like mints are just potent, but not, they don't say anything. They're just kind of there. I don't think mints are a good idea to serve kids. Like, they're not the worst, and I'm not going to put them on. Maybe we won't put them on the 10, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Peppermint patties.
Fuck that other mint thing. Why? What are you doing? What are you doing? They taste good. I'm not saying they don't taste good, but Halloween, no, that's bull.
Moving on. Dum Dums.
I don't mind them. I know a lot of people didn't like them.
Which one are the Dum Dums?
They're just lollipops. They're just like little like lollipops.
The small ones?
Yeah, the tiny ones.
Oh, I've had those.
Yeah, they're all right.
Don't care for them.
Yeah, it's like not the greatest thing to get, but they're not terrible. You eat them. They're kind of like Tootsie Rolls to me. It's like, they're all right.
Moving on. Well, what is it? Wax Coke bottles.
What are you doing?
Battles or bottles?
Bottles.
Bottles.
The bottles. The wax Coke bottle. That's top 10. Easy. Like, what?
Of how bad it is?
I've eaten so much goddamn wax, Bryson.
Ew.
It's gross. It's gross. It's true. I was not a smart child. I would eat the wax and the flavor inside, and it was all just a disgusting experience. I hated it, and I would eat it because it was the last thing to eat. And then it would turn into like some challenge where it's like, can you eat this wax? Can you straight up swallow this goddamn wax? And
was it a flavorful experience for you, Javin?
That's just it, Bryson. The wax doesn't have a flavor, and what's inside has a terrible flavor.
That's funny.
I hated it. I think that's top 10 easy. So we've got raisins, Mary Jane's, Necco wafers for sure. Raisins, Necco wafers, Mary Jane's. I don't know. We'll get it. We'll get it.
We're somewhere around there. We're just naming candy that.
We're just saying how we feel.
The next one, Peeps.
No, I don't think marshmallow.
Have you had every single one of these candies?
I've had most.
So I wrote 19 down, and then I even wrote some honorable mentions we could go over.
Mm-hmm. I've had it.
But I guess
wow.
So you really like candy.
I did growing up. I really did like candy. Oh, you know what I'll say about Tootsie Rolls? The different flavored ones, the non-chocolate ones, those are pretty good.
Never even knew that existed.
Yeah, except for the vanilla ones. Those are pretty bad. But
okay. Peeps though. You said
Peeps.
those.
Yeah, Peeps. I don't think is a good idea. They're marshmallows. They kind of get crushed in the other candy. They melt easier to me.
Okay.
And they're just a lot. And they were just a lot. I don't think it's I think it's good for Easter and for Christmas, but Halloween.
I hear marshmallows and I'm already kind of thrown off.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan.
I mean, marshmallows are cool and all, s'mores, but I mean, generally, I'm not excited for no damn marshmallows. Moving on. Bottle caps.
Disgusting, chalky, terrible. But Javin, you say. Smarties, aren't they chalky? You like Smarties. Smarties
No, I don't.
Okay. I was talking about me in the
Oh,
third
okay.
person.
In third person.
Yeah.
Just having a conversation with yourself.
That's what I do
Okay.
on a daily basis. You're
Right.
just here just to receive that
I guess so.
and comment and judge me on it. What the fuck? Smarties are chalky. Yes, they are. They are chalky, but they have actual flavor. These bottle caps, the flavors don't match with the chalkiness. They're crumbly and so gross. I have nothing else to say other than they're so gross. I don't know why I've never liked them at all.
Never liked them?
They're terrible.
All right, then we'll just move past that one. We're going to go to our latest one, or our last one, which is, guess it. Did you just try to cheat and look at my phone? Oh, guess the last one.
Guess the last one?
Yeah. It's candy cigarettes.
Oh, fuck. I was wrong. Candy cigarettes are a bad idea. They're powdery. I don't think they ever tasted that amazing. And why are we've moved past candy cigarettes for the most part, I think. But just like tobacco, like Big League Chew with the shredded bubble gum, and you chew it as if it was tobacco. I think it's just generally a bad idea to advocate for that kind of stuff.
You want to know what I think, Javin?
What's that?
And everyone else, it's the whole world that's viewing this. I think all this candy is just a bad idea.
Wow.
I think most of these options I've written down are bad ideas, which is how they've ended up on this list in the first place.
You know what, Bryson? You're probably right. I mean,
You know
nobody
what?
even eats
I am
candy
right.
on Halloween anyway, right?
The funny thing is,
Yeah. In
I'm saying
America, people don't even eat candy. So I
Nah,
guess
they
I'm
do.
and that's what I'm fucking saying, Bryson. So you can take back that statement. Thank you very much.
I mean, these are the bad ideas of the candies, though.
That's true.
These aren't the good ones. These aren't Snickers. These aren't Trix. These aren't Kit Kats. These aren't Reese's
and that's
Pieces. I
what
almost
makes,
said Reese's Puffs. Great cereal, by the way. But yeah, these aren't Reese's.
No, but
Pieces.
they're Halloween. They're in the spirit of Halloween.
And
These
they're
candies,
gross.
they are gross, but some of them speak to a unique experience every child has. You have to have the terrible ones so that the good ones mean more.
They definitely have a unique experience.
That's right. And that's worth it. Candy corn, I love candy corn. And licorice, it's terrible, but I love it. And that provides me a unique candy perspective on Halloween. And I think
Wow.
everyone deserves that.
That is so beautiful.
Thank you. That's me.
That was so beautifully said.
That's poetry.
You,
This is an homage.
Javin, just illuminating your love
That's
for
right.
candy and the Halloween
love it.
spirit. It's a beautiful thing.
This episode could have been about the ethics of giving children candy.
You could have made it deeper than what it
I
really
could've-
was.
But I can't deny, like, as terrible as giving children genuinely bad products that are actually bad for them, I can't deny that I love that whole thing. I love the idea of candy on Christmas, sweets, to encourage an exchange in a community. Like trick or treat. Treats.
Trick-or-treating
are
is a fun
cool.
experience.
It's so cool. Also, it's a fun experience to see how much candy you can get in one day. Yeah, candy itself is bad for you, and it's not for everyone. But I think it's unique to Halloween in that sense. I think it's cool. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Question of the day. Which one of these candies was your favorite candy or worst candy on the list?
Yeah.
Let it be known down in the comments, and we will see you next time.
See you later.